One of the weirdest things that happens when you spend a long time out on the road is that eventually when you come home, it doesn't feel the way you think it should. And that's something nobody talks about. That feeling even surprised me more than the loneliness ever did. When I first started trucking, I was out an average of 3 months at a time, home for 24 hours, and then out again for another 3 months. And even then, it took me a long time to realize what was going on. I'm Chris. This is Looking Through the Windshield, and I've been driving over 28 years, and I have over 1.9 million safe miles on the road. When you've been out on the road for a long time, and you do finally get home, everybody's happy to see you. The kids come running up and hug your neck, and your wife or your husband's happy to see you. But really, something does feel off. You're home for a very short period of time. Things start to feel rushed, and you don't really know where you fit in the family dynamic anymore. You feel out of sync. Things aren't just the way they're supposed to be. This, for me, was one of the moments I noticed is getting home for 24 hours. I still had to do my laundry. I still had to do the honey-do list, still had to go shopping. I still had to do the husbandly things at home, but yet I still had to prepare to get back to work. So my day off really wasn't a day off. And you do start to notice that the people around you in the family circle, well, they have their own lives as well. They have their routines that they need to keep going, and you just become a little part of it for a little time, and then you're out on the road again, but their life continues to revolve. Life keeps going on while you're not there, and you're just out there just doing what you do. You drive a truck, you have your routine, they have their routine, and once in a while those routines intersect, and then they just continue on. Why this happens? It happens because just that. You're on the road, I'm on the road, we're all on the road for long periods of time. We get used to what the road's throwing at us. We get used to the shippers, the receivers, the traffic, the DOT, and it changes us on the road a bit. Well, things at home change all the time. The engine in the car breaks down, the plumbing breaks, school, life, their work at home. It's just, you just wind up in different circles. You wind up having different rhythms. And it's not that one's better than the other, or one's good or one's bad. It's just things that happen over time with distance. They get used to making decisions at home while you're making decisions out on the road. Some guys, they find this out sooner. Boneheads like me, takes a little while longer to figure it out, but eventually you definitely figure it out. The cost of this is a huge cost for any driver, because when you go home to your family, you start to feel like a guest in the house. You don't want to do things, you can't touch this, you can't do that, because it's no longer your stuff. You can start to feel guilty because of that separation, because you feel like a guest in your own house. And it's because you're a truck driver. You chose that career, and we really don't know how to explain our feelings to our family so we can draw closer together. So what do? We wind up keeping it within ourselves. And it's really hard to admit that we feel like a guest in our own home, because we don't want to sound ungrateful. Our families are working very hard to make us try to feel comfortable at home, and yet we still don't feel that. And it creates distance. But over time, that distance does build up. If you start noticing this happening to you, please don't brush it off. Don't ignore it. Be honest with yourself. For me, just understanding what was going on, actually helped me deal with it better. It's just being aware of the situation. You can't work on something if you don't know it's broken, can you? So you don't have to beat your head against the wall. You don't have to carry that guilt. Sit down, take time, and just having that awareness will help you to accept what's going on. You know, that yes, there's no perfect solution to any of this. Truck driving needs people, people need truckers. So they say somebody's got to do it. But understanding the costs helps you decide what you're willing to trade and what you're willing not to trade.